The sun has retreated further from view, hidden behind clouds and below the horizon, ushering in the night. We stand in front of the Durango Depot, where the 20 sits on the main line, coupled to caboose 0404. This caboose is an original caboose of the Southern and the only car ever built by the RGS. The 0404 was meticulously rehabilitated by the Durango and Silverton Railroad's skilled craftsmen in the car shop south of the Roundhouse in the latter half of 2025. Meanwhile, between the two lies flanger OF, wearing a coat of oxide red. She's been stenciled for the RGS, including Defense Supply Contractors ownership placards. We find Jeff Taylor, the Chief Mechanical Officer of the Colorado Railroad Museum, and all of its equipment, including the 20 and the 0404, waving his lantern to take us onward through the night and into the next day. The day has dawned, and we've ridden up the canyon from Durango on a chase train powered by one of the line's vintage ex-White Pass and Yukon route, Class 101 diesels, along with Water Canteen 0470 for an emergency supply of water if needed. Today we find Jeff at the controls of the 20 at Needleton Tank. And yet another wave of winter has begun to crash into the needles of the San Juans, dropping much needed moisture into the canyons below. We find the 20 steaming southward after having backed upgrade from turning on the Y at Cascade. The OF today has extendable wings that assist in moving the snow outward, unlike its original design with hand-operated wings. The flanger's wings are pushed out today using reused locomotive power reverse cylinders, controlled by valves located in the Durango and Silverton caboose's cupola. Meanwhile, the flanging blades are lowered and raised using the D&S's locomotive's straight air systems for train brakes. The 20 and the 0404 have none of the required equipment just mentioned to be able to have the OF operate in its current configuration. And so, it'll clear what it can with the wings retracted and the flanger blade raised. Our time at Needleton comes to an end, and we load onto our diesel-powered chase train down the line to Goblin Fire, our next location, where the snow falls in a near whiteout condition.
My name is Jeff Johnson. I'm the general manager of the Durango and Silverton Railroad, narrow gauge railroad. Yeah. And here enjoying a nice ride today with Mark Huber and the Heist gang, having a wonderful time here with the RGS 20.
Yeah. What do you think about the 20 coming back to Durango?
Oh, it's been a big highlight. You know, we've been talking about this for some years with the museum, with Jeff Taylor, of course, and everybody else up there, and really impressed with everybody here too. the gang from the museum has always just been stellar, great to work with, good attitudes, and very helpful here, and they've just made this a real treat. So really happy about it.
So, I mean, have you got to play with it at all, or has you just been pretty much hands off and letting?
No, I'm just out here watching everyone else have a great time with the locomotive. It's been wonderful. Yeah, it's been a treat. I was thinking in all the years I've been in this business, I had everything was contracting when I was a young man starting in the narrow gauge world, and it's just been amazing to see how much has grown, how many pieces of equipment are back out operating again. Things that we thought would never happen have happened. So it's made me realize that you never say never, and you know, if you can dream big, you can make these things happen. You know, it's really something else.
At Bubbling Rock, the 20 continues its southward sojourn, where even the nearby cliffs have been eradicated by the falling snow. Once again, we find ourselves at the toll road, where the difference in 24 hours since we were last here is quite noticeable. Luckily, the snow is let up enough to allow once again for a wide sweeping view of the railroad from our perch above the Animus. Just as 24 hours before, we find ourselves at the Tefft Bridge. Here, the Truss Bridge and the 20 show their patina of snow as ghostly bands of frozen precipitation whip their way up the canyon of the River of Souls. We travel once again to another location that we've already visited, Gladel's Gap, where the scene has once again been turned on its head in the 24 rotations of the clock by the continuing falling of the snow. Unable to lower the blade or extend its wings, the snow is amassing so much that flanger OF is now able to actually push, even just a little bit, bits of snow further from the track.
grab it as soon as the steam clears that dinner point.
At the new sand house in the Durango yard, we find the 20 sitting, having its dome filled with the necessary grit to make sure the locomotive's drivers can maintain traction on slippery rails. Afterwards, the 20 shoves back to the turntable, where she takes a turn on the same rotating span she spun upon in regular service on the Southern. After this spin, she steams into the roundhouse bay for the night, where next to her engineer's side, we find a familiar face. Rio Grande Southern, 42. This stablemate of the 20 is a C-17 class locomotive, built originally as Denver and Rio Grande 420 in 1887, predating the 20's erecting by 12 years. Another refugee from the dismantling of the Southern, her and the 20 made their way to Robert Richardson's narrow gauge motel in Alamosa, where they were part of the collection that was the catalyst for today's Colorado Railroad Museum. She was sold off in the late 1950s, converted to oil, and became the main power of the railroad at Golden, Colorado's extinct theme park, Magic Mountain. The theme park was short-lived, and the 42's fire was dropped by 1960. She'd reside at the park on display until the 1980s, when she would return to Durango. And so, this is the first time in nearly 70 years these locomotives have been together since parting on the windswept plains of the San Luis Valley.
Who are you?
Hi, my name's Matt. I'm the mechanical engineer here at the Durango and Silverton. Most of my friends call me Michigan. It's where I'm from originally.
All right. So what do you think about the Rio Grande Southern 20 coming home?
Oh man, that's such a cool opportunity. It's so cool to see that thing come back. You know, there's so much history with that engine here, specifically in Durango. You know, it's fun to see it. I don't know how much historical evidence there is to show that it ever went to Silverton, but it's cool to see it run here, for sure.
It's kind of cool to have a coal burner back.
Yeah, in some ways it's kind of fun. I was able to catch the last kind of tail end of coal at the D&S. It's kind of neat, you know. Oil burning is not necessarily superior, but it's a little bit easier in a lot of regards.
Yeah. You got any special thought, any memories with the 20 or anything other than it being here?
Not really. I'm not from Colorado originally, so I don't have a lot of association with it, but it's definitely fun to see it. I got kind of a soft spot for that engine. I just think it's a neat engine. It's a cool design. A lot of history.
What do you think? I mean, compared to working on the big Ks like this, is it?
I haven't gotten too up and close and personal with it, but it's working on smaller engines than this is kind of cool, just because everything's, you know, it's a lot of the same, but it's just smaller.
Okay.
Manageable sized.
Fun sized?
Yeah, you could say fun sized.
Okay.
Thursday opens to crystal clear azure skies, leaving us with a beautiful western winter. And today, the 20 has eschewed the gondolas and flat cars from Tuesday, and the flanger on Wednesday for a set of 3000 series boxcars on the draw, with the 0404 bringing up the markers once again. Returning to the train ahead of the caboose are two of the Silverton's premium cars, the lead one being number 270, now the Yankee Girl, its namesake being the famed mine off of Ottomere Silverton Railroad. We're back at Granite Point, above Elbert Creek, as it flows from Rockwood and into the ice-capped Shalona Lake below. We move down the trail to the railroad's crossing of Elbert Creek, as both it and the railroad thread the schism to leave Granite Point and pull into the old stagecoach stop at Rockwood, where before the coming of the Rio Grande Southern, one would catch a stage to the mining camp of Rico. Just as we did on Tuesday, we head directly at Gladel's Gap to let the sun be in prime position before we back once again via the overland curve back to the Horseshoe Curve. Heading back to Bicycle Point, the photo line is clinging to the snow-covered rocky slopes some 200 feet above the Animus, and we find the 20 slinking along the carved shelf and its hand-stacked rock retaining walls. We've walked along the right-of-way, hugging the granite cliffs, reflecting the warming rays of the sun back at us, and the 20 steams out of the cuts that bring the railroad away from Rockwood onto the Horseshoe Curve. We've loaded up and ran up the Y at Cascade and ran out to our normal haunt of Goblin Fire at milepost 480. And unlike the previous day, the sky-scratching prow of the Needles have appeared from their stormy prison to rise above us. While the Needles stand out, it's not hard to believe we're once again in the Valley of the Dolores, with another spine of the San Juans rising above us. After all, we're only a few miles removed from the pass at Lizard Head, to our west, behind our backs. We return again to Happy German Curve, where the 20 and its mixed consist roll once again southbound. Soaring over the Animus, the 20 crosses over the high bridge at Tacoma. While the RGS had many a soaring span of similar heights above the water below, none were of the Ferris variety other than the one leaving Durango. We catch the 20 here from near track level and down along the polished river rock that hides underneath the slippery snow on the near frozen water.
All right, so who are you?
I'm NOT Diehl. I'm Rob of Monarch Branch on Instagram.
Yeah? What brings you down here?
Well, the Rio Grande Southern number 20, the arguably the most famous Rio Grande Southern locomotive, and it's back in Durango since the last time it called it home. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah? Got any special memories of the 20 other than this weekend?
No, I've only ever seen it at the museum. I should probably go through family trip pictures from '96 when we visited Colorado. I bet you there's me and my sister wearing matching Genie from Aladdin shirts, hanging off something, probably the 0404. But memories were made this week with the flanger and the freight train in the snow. The freight train in the snow was absolutely amazing. That's one of a kind that who knows if I'll ever get to see again.
The sun has returned to us for a bright blue sky as the 20 rounds off the shelf track and onto the world-famous Horseshoe Curve. And so, we leave the 20 here for the time being, as this run-by wraps up 3 days of the Pete Lerro charters. While the trip organized by Pete may have concluded, the journeys with the 20 along the River of Souls have yet to conclude, as we'll spend another 2 days of photography special trains on those organized, marketed, and sold by the Durango and Silverton. So be sure to subscribe and click the bell on our channel so you can watch the next 2 days of this legend in the snow.
Say hi, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Okay. Let me see
I
how.
don't have anything else.
Let me see how it came.
Whistle for you!
Oh my God.
Yeah!
Hi, I'm not Big Deal, and welcome to Jackass.
Snow Angel, there you go.
I can't read! Please, please, give me what's in the bag! Chewy, yummy, smoky bacon!
There you go.
Yeah. What else can I say about the 20? I don't know.
Would you say that they restored it and ran it on the main line?
One could argue that they have now restored it and ran it on the main line.
Do you do Instagram?
Yeah, Big Deal Photo on Instagram.
Yeah, I think I got you on Instagram. Give us a hair whip.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, just.
Put the beard around the microphone.